Jaffar Aly, London Artists. I think it's the main, I guess, medium. Yeah, now I'm part of a music collective called Antinet. Underground scene, experimental, and what we try to do is kind of combine literally a plethora of, a variety of different mediums, whether that's music, whether that's production, whether that's art, which I handle, to kind of create a whole, because I don't believe that art should just be, specifically just painting should be kind of experienced by itself. I think actually when you see a painting, it reminds you of a multitude of all these other things. And I believe that when you pair painting with music, or pair painting with a spoken word piece, it completes the piece. So that's what we do, Antinet and my own brand. Yeah, we literally collaboration is key too, collaborating. That's fine.
So, welcome everyone. This is going to be a very interesting and a very special interview we've got in here. A very special guest today and a very special place. And the reason why we're in this place, unlike our usual spot in a cafe, is because the person who created this beauty behind me is sitting right next to me. So Jaffar, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes. My name is Jaffar Aly. I'm an artist based in Lewisham, but I'm always out and about. So yeah, you'll probably see me cycle somewhere to say hi.
And if you haven't seen him cycling, you'll see his art,
Literally,
which is huge, and it's picking up, and it's quite amazing that you have. I mean, in a world where artists can put their work out in any kind of time of the day, put it on social media and anything, you probably find that, and I'm imagining you're finding a lot of saturation of the new artists, new emerging artists, and it's probably quite hard to stand out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So for us, people who aren't from the art world, seeing your work and being like, oh my gosh, we have to have it in this little cafe in East Dulwich. I'm not sure if it's a compliment, but it's the best compliment I can give you.
I love it. It also means that you guys have to come down here too.
100%.
That's what it means.
See you and have a coffee next to this beauty.
Exactly.
Can we speak a little bit about your art, and can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration, because it's a very unique, and we'll edit this video so you'll see glimpses of your art and artwork that you produced so far. What is the inspiration, what's the main inspiration behind your work?
The main inspiration. I feel like there's two parts to it. There's like the whole trying to get revenge on the world and trying to make my family proud, and a lot of it does stem down from family. Kind of this long journey of like, I will make you proud. Just give me patience. I know I didn't become a doctor. I didn't become an engineer, but I still will throw money in your face. Don't worry, eventually, maybe, who knows? And if it doesn't happen, that's fine. But also just being around other creatives as well, just being around good people. I feel like I'm in the music scene a lot, so I'm around a lot of musicians, and then their music inspires me to make something out of their pieces as well. So collaboration in a weird way.
So tell us a little bit, if you divide about your family. I'm assuming there's not many artists in the family.
Oh, no, well, creatives, definitely.
Creatives, nice.
Definitely creatives. Yeah, like myself, a painter. Just all round artist, and my sister in architecture, but she's also a designer as well. And
I'll take that back. Everyone's great. Everyone's an artist.
All artists. My brother's a poet as well. He does a lot of poetry. And my littlest one, he's just trying to discover what he's trying to be. So he could be anything really.
I mean, pressure's on with the family like that, with the siblings like that.
But he can do whatever he wants. We're still going to be happy for whatever.
He should be your manager.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Abbas.
If you're watching, this is where sort you out.
Never thought of that.
Have you ever collaborated with your siblings? Do you guys work together?
Funny enough, no, we've all stayed in our own lanes, but we're admirers of each other's. But we know it's gonna happen because we have a. I remember sitting around after like reading when one of the teachers used to come around to teach us the Quran. Like we'll sit down after and be like, yo, imagine like creating a gallery in the ends, but it has like a little manga corner, and Race was like, I'll design the building, and I was like, I'll be the curator, the gallerist, and my little brother was like, I'll hold events, and so that's like a little dream that we all have, but if it comes, it comes, if it doesn't, it's alright, we're still going to be happy either way.
I feel like if we were to hold this interview in 2 years' time, we'll be like, here's the gallery! There we go! There's a DJ in the corner!
DJ in the corner, yeah, you never know.
Who's the DJ in the family? Do we have a DJ?
That might be Abbas, the littlest brother.
I mean, the sky's
You
the
could be a
limit.
DJ.
There's a lot of positions going about still.
100%.
So, if we come back to your art, because obviously that's our main focus now, tell us about the first ever painting you created, or the first art piece you created. It might have not been a painting.
I think the first art, like the first official art, because then there's like the first piece. Which was
Tell us about the first piece.
No, this is just like way back before you even consider what art is. I remember just in secondary school just recreating like manga scenes. I was like Bleach, drawing out this one character from Bleach. But then my first, I guess, official art piece was actually a graphic design piece for like musicians I used to work with. So like Antinet is the collective that I'm in, where they approached me, they're like, really like your like graphic design, you design us an album cover for my music. And then that was like the official first, like, okay, my name's kind of like, okay, out there. And then just since then I've been working with a lot of musicians to like create their album art cover. And then one day I was like, okay, I like graphic design, but I want something physical, because I feel like I can do this with my hands. Okay? I feel like I can recreate this. And then painting took off from there.
So what was the moment when was the moment when the hobby got out of hand and it's like, oh my god, it's my life now and this is actually what I'm going to be doing?
I think after like the fourth album art, when somebody first, the first paid album art cover I got, that's when I was like, oh, okay, people actually. And then I remember I had my great friend Zerky, he's a musician. He literally performed yesterday for one of our events, and he paid me, I think it was like 50 quid for like an album art cover. He just was like, I have faith, just create something within this scheme. He sent me his tune, and then that's when I was like, when I created it, I was like, I'm an artist. Like,
that's me.
I was like, okay, cool, I've just been paid.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah.
I should make a living.
But that's how I felt. I was like, oh, I got the money. I looked at the piece. I was like, oh, cool. This is. I can make this a living.
Was he the first person, the external person, that was like, you can do it, you're actually extremely talented, or was there anyone beforehand?
Definitely people beforehand, as in because before that I was just doing things for free. I was like, I'll make you an album art cover, I'll make you an album art cover, I'll make you a poster, I'll do this just for free. And then people kept telling me eventually, you need to get paid for this, because you can't survive off this, just giving free. People are going to take the piss eventually as well, so I was like, okay, cool. And then started off with like 50 quid, and then now, the price of the bricks going up. Literally.
And rightfully so. I mean, it's amazing. I wonder if you ever thought, what would your life be like if you never discovered that art would be a path? Was there any time that there was a plan B, or has it always been, no, actually, this is what I want to do?
It was always going to be the creative.
Yeah.
Whether that's, because I feel like even within, so when I studied my BA in anthropology, I was still putting some form of creativity in my essays. Whether that was kind of deconstructing the essay format and making it poetic. I would have been a creative either way. Designer maybe.
No 9 to 5 in the office.
maybe temporarily, I don't know, but like definitely a creative.
I can imagine you just sitting going like, okay, well this feng shui of this building isn't quite nice. We're going to put an art piece in here. I'm going to redesign this desk, and you need a flick of paint there.
Definitely.
Are there artists that inspire you, or is it more of a circumstance, other people that, or things that we talked about before that inspire you? Is there anyone that you think, some of that work?
Yeah, definitely. Like I've only recently now come up with a list of favorite artists. So like, I guess we could start off with like emerging artists being like my closest: Nicola J. Reid, Matea. I recently bumped into one of my favorite artists. They're doing a residency in Soho, Hawazin, and then obviously the more famous ones are like Kerry James Marshall, Labina Hamid, Basquiat, Andy Warhol, all of those, George Kondo. They're all inspiring in many different ways, you know. Yeah, like they, you know, the bacon. I don't know, like they're all just inspiring. But like I feel like the people around me are the most inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, just people around you, the people you meet.
Yeah.
They're the best.
And you mentioned music as an inspiration. How is that? Is it the mood, or is it a specific, you know, vibe, should I say? What is it? Are you in the moment listening to a song and then becoming creative, or is there something, you know, how is that process?
Yeah, no, music for me is, I feel like I can't do anything without music. Like right now, as we speak, I've got my speaker.
That's true,
Yeah,
you can hear the background music.
Literally, I'm like, just always like, running around with music. Always, I don't know, it does something to my heart, it does something to my mind. So like, it makes me feel things. But like without music, I then would probably be very just like grey.
Yeah.
So like the music brings colour into my life.
Music brings colour to your life.
Yeah.
There you go. Title of this episode.
Yeah.
So I wonder, obviously there's been, since you made this beautiful piece behind me for us, there's been a lot going on. We follow you very closely on your social media. Tell us a little bit about the last few months, because it looks and sounds like a lot of things have happened. What were some of the highlights of the last few months?
Exhibiting at the Statue was great. That was like one of like a little tick box. I was like, okay, I've achieved what mini Jaffar wanted. Just also starting this adventure called USB with my closest, Katie Nielsen and Martha Lindsay. Just literally, we just started this project. It's about a film documenting the London underground music scene. That's how much we love music. I was like, okay. Yeah, we're like, you know what, we love music so much, let's document the underground music scene in London. So we've been doing a series of events over the winter, autumn period, and that's been amazing. And just exhibiting at the Statue, I think, was the cherry on top to finally kind of sign off this year. I was like, okay, I can literally now relax for 2 years and not really need to worry about achieving. I'm done. Might as well just take me now. You know?
There you go. I'm a big deal now.
It's like, just take me now. It was nice. Definitely like to do a bigger show there one day.
Yeah. What? So I suppose this is a huge milestone. I mean, congratulations, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Also, one of my favourite galleries in London. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing!
Yeah, I was just happy to be there with my friends as well, so we were in there together.
I imagine is one of the most amazing things, you know. It's like doing something you love, but also having people you love around you. And I think that's, you know, that's probably the fulfillment in itself. Yeah. But now that Sachi's ticked off, what's next? V&A?
The thing is, that's definitely on the list. All the big major galleries are definitely on the list, you know, like. But I don't want to also just be there on my ones. I can't be there on my lonely. I need to be there with like people.
Yeah.
Either like we've curated it and then we brought people in, or I'm a part of a show with other favorite artists or other local artists that wear it. Like I'm just hoping that, because you don't want to be just. It would be nice still to have my work in the V&A, but like, you know, imagine it's there with like your favorite artists as well. Like at the Statue, I was with my favorite artist, Mateo. I was like, cool, we're in the same space, we're exhibiting together. Lydia Smith as well, we're all in the same space. I was like, this is fantastic. So like, if I'm going to the V&A as well, like I'll be. Let's all go in.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
Let's all go in. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be nice.
I'm guessing that there's a lot of things that you still haven't uncovered about your art. Am I getting it right? That I think that there's still avenues you're gonna go that probably will surprise yourself and us. Painting wise for sure, but is there room for music?
Nah, I think the extent of music that I'd go down is DJing. I actually.
So not a singer.
Yeah, I admire musicians for them being like, I am a rapper, I'm a musician, I'm a this, I'm a that. I'm like, you guys, I'm gonna just admire you from here. I can assist, maybe if I learn how to DJ by next year. That's on the checklist actually. Learn how to DJ so then I can also feel like I'm assisting musicians as well to get to their destinations, I guess, you know. But nah, music, I am never say never, but I do not want to go down that route. Because
LP coming 2020.
No, because I know my strengths and weaknesses.
Fair.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have the patience, you know.
I also imagine, because obviously a lot of people around you in your circle are great artists and they all within their own fields. So you probably are pretty good, I reckon. But then you're seeing all those people that are top, and you're like, oh god.
That's too much. And plus, I've already dedicated so much time already in painting where I'm like, finish what I started, you know. Like, well, not finish what I started, but like, you know, let me hone this up to the best of my ability. And because the musicians that I'm around as well, they've honed their ability way back. So I'm like, okay. I feel like if I just step in now, I'll be like, okay, I'm on level zero. I'm on level zero. I gotta make my way back.
That's that X Factor.
Literally, I can't be doing that. Yeah.
What about? So I'm going to ask you a question that I hate when people ask me. So I'll still go for it. Your favorite music?
My favorite music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, so. I can tell you like the genre type of things I listen to. Then again, this is the annoying answer. I listen to everything.
There you go.
No, but okay, I say I listen to everything. I give everything a chance. But like,
German techno.
I give it a chance.
Oh, you give it a chance.
I give it a chance. I'm not gonna say no to it until I hear it. Like, but what am I listening to at the moment? I don't know. Cortex, JPEG Mafia, Antinet. A lot. I'm listening to a lot right now, but music, rap, hip hop, some pianos,
Yeah.
some jazz.
I can see some jazz.
Yeah, a lot of jazz. A lot of just sometimes instrumentals as well. Just listening to, or like a lot of just like listening to like samples, kind of merge into. No, the original song merge into a sample, merge into what it's been then turned in. I don't know how to describe it. There's probably a category for it somewhere.
So, when the lights go off.
Yeah.
What does Jaffar do to relax or to chill in his spare time?
Oh, right now I'm just playing Pokemon. I like to just see what's in the fridge. Eat, sit down on the sofa. If it's bright outside, then I'll like literally just go for a cycle. See what people are up to. So I'll be like, okay, I know this person works here. Let me go pay them a visit. Or you know what? There's a new show at South London Gallery. Let me go pay that a visit. Or come to my favourite coffee shop and get a coffee.
We didn't pay for that collaboration, but you know.
So.
What I wonder, is there a side to you, whether personal, obviously professional not so much, but personal side that would completely surprise us, something that's completely not art related, something that you do that will be like, oh, didn't see that coming.
Oh, well, as in like, so like if I was to tell you that I'd have this or do that, people would be like, huh?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I'm digging for that one.
I don't know. I'm quite an academic. Some people presume because you're an artist, you're not quite that academic.
No, I can see that. Didn't surprise me.
Oh, okay, alright.
You know, I would think, I don't know, if you do carpentry and it's still quite creative, isn't it? How are people creative?
What do I do that will make you? Can I read? Is that
No. Stamp collection. I don't know.
I don't know. I read manga. Is that anime?
Still arty, but I'll take that. I'll take that.
I like to read a lot. I'm reading a new manga called Dan Da Dan. Really nice. Highly recommend it. I don't know.
On the manga fans?
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. I think I don't think I really hide a lot of stuff from the public.
I was just wondering if there's like a side to you that's completely left wing. You know, it's like everything is one direction. Is there a thing that actually? But I also, read anatomy books.
Okay. No, I don't know. I can't really think of something that's really out of pocket for me. I don't know. I think everything that I do, people kind of go, yeah, I kind of saw that happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really like to go clubbing.
Okay.
So that for a lot of people, when I tell them, they're like, what? Come on, like, let's go. And then I'll end up
I bet
going
you
anyway.
didn't go to that club yet, and that will change your mind.
And then I go, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go home now, guys. So, I don't know.
Has that always been a thing, or is it coming with age? I mean, mind you, you're very young, but maybe if you went at 16 and you
I try it. Like, I've got a lot of free time now, so I try, but like, I don't know. It's never really been my thing. I think maybe because I grew up, I was raised in a very Muslim household, so it was really not a thing. Didn't even hear about clubs until like I was in secondary school. And they're like, oh, so what? You guys going to Piccadilly just to what, just to drink expensive alcohol, then just to come back down.
Yeah.
But what if I just getting a Magnum, going to the park by the Thames? We live by the Thames, and then we can get drunk. No, yeah, it just makes no sense to me. But I enjoy it because I was in a club in Valencia and I was like, why am I here? Having a great time there.
There you go. There you go. Sometimes in a moment.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, this is a movie. Yeah, this is a movie. Yeah.
You're very mature, Jaffar. Where is that coming from at such a young age?
Hashtag trauma.
Hashtag trauma. Nothing like a good piece of trauma that will get you to grow up real quick.
Yeah, no. You know, it's I don't know. Probably just the way we were raised is very when my mum was in the military, so she was very like, gotta be like this, boom, boom, boom. Hashtag. I don't want to get too deep for the audience.
That's okay. That's okay. You go as deep as you want.
Yeah,
Well, tell us seriously.
I don't want to be exposing my parents with their sins.
Listen, you know what? I'll put something controversial that maybe will resonate with you, but I'm a firm believer that some people these days don't have enough trauma, therefore they struggle in life a little bit more. The control trauma, I'm not talking about, really terrible stuff that comes to people, but just the right level of
like, too cushy
a little bit of hardship early in your life to realize that certain parts are quite normal, right? There's a certain level of stress that just comes with being human and being alive.
This is why I think everyone, it should be mandatory to work in hospitality. Like, just because sometimes you might just get random forms of just like unnecessary like harassment for no reason. And you're like, what? And then you start realizing, oh, you know what? Life isn't all pretty.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. This is controversial. Some people should go to military school.
Yeah.
Some. No, I don't know.
No. Of course.
Because like, I don't know, man. I would gladly. Actually, let me take that back. Not at this age.
Back in the day.
I think if my mom was to like put me into military school at a young age, I wouldn't. I'd probably be very upset, but at the same time, I'll be like, it's what it is.
Yeah.
Or like just go to a school that is a bit more strict. I don't know. This personally, it's what I think. Would I ever do that to my own children? Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
But you probably get a little bit of that military sneaks in here and there.
I have thoughts.
What do you mean, you broke that 10 push-ups?
Yeah, 10 push-ups, or like, I don't know, now you gotta work for that to like get the money back up to pay for the table, I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can get you working. You're 8 years old, right?
Exactly.
Are your parents proud of you?
You know what, for the first time, and it wasn't even because of my own merit. It was just because there was a lot happening in the week. So like, my little brother got married, my sister got the award, congratulations. and then my dad I told my dad about, by the way, we went to see my little sister's award show. And then my dad was like, you know what, guys, I'm proud of all of you guys. That was the first time he's ever said that, and it didn't hit me.
Was that just week gone?
Literally, it was like maybe 2 days ago. Yeah, and then. It didn't hit me because I just don't receive anything he says. I've like had this mechanism of like whether he says it goes like that. I'm like, cool. And then later on it hit me, I was like, sweet, mission accomplished.
Okay, so Sachi got approval from my dad. I mean, damn, I'm retired now.
Yeah, like my mum's in Leicester, so sometimes I'll like call her and then she would be like, oh, you know what, life is going really fast at the moment. I was like, I know, right? And she said the same thing. She was like, I'm proud of you guys. I was like, this is the first time. Nah, this is
everyone proud of me right now.
Yeah. This is not the first time she said it. This is my mom's more vocal with her emotions.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time my dad said it, so it felt weird. I didn't know how to navigate through life now. Because like that was like my motivating factor, I was like, I'm gonna get back at everyone that was, and then now I'm like, what do I do? Okay, just.
Don't worry, I reckon in a month's time you're gonna be like, I can always be more proud of just saying, there's levels you can reach.
Oh yeah, don't worry. He's already set the standard.
Do you know, I'd be very proud if you now did medicine as well,
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like that's a dream he's still holding on to. It's like,
I reckon.
Is medicine still not too late? I'm like, Dad, I'm not wasting 8-10 years of my life now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not young. I get it. No, but school grades was terrible. But we managed.
How was school?
I love school, but grades were all bad. Secondary school was fine. Sixth form, I don't think I got 1 C, I got 1 D, and I think I got like an E, and it was weird. And I was like, it was just like the weirdest experience ever. So obviously then my teachers were like, I don't think you should go to uni. All my chosen uni choices like rejected me, so I went through clearing. it helps. It's hope. It's the light at the shining, no, the light at the dark and tunnel. You know what I'm talking
You
about.
know, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, go clearing. Because obviously, like, my parents being like, you failed, this, the pressure of, like, going through clearing, you're like, this was kind of nasty, it was disgusting, it doesn't feel right. But then now I'm acing I've got first class degrees for all my BA and my masters, and I was like, the secondary school and sixth form system didn't nurture knowledge, it just kind of told you how to memorize. When it got to university, it kind of had a different, well, maybe because I was doing a social science, but it helped me actually understand and actually gain knowledge rather than just tell me to memorize this. Just memorize.
Yeah.
I'm bad at memorizing, but like nurturing knowledge was what uni helped me with.
Is it because you're very bright actually, and just your brain, even just speaking to you, your brain works in a very logical kind of, efficient, I want to say, manner? You know, that kind of memorizing everything is not the best way to learn
it's not
stuff.
the best way.
And I wonder, because it's definitely, you have a great work ethic, you have a lot of, passion, and you generally are very bright, so it's not a situation where you just sit there going like, I don't know, how to do it. But it's actually that you're just, you saw through it really quickly, and you were like, it's not the best way to spend my time. This is not the future.
It's not. I don't know. I feel like you need to actually understand to then truly move forward in something. I don't know. I feel like memorizing doesn't make you understand.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to even like human interactions.
100%.
Like, you need to understand where the person's coming from. And even if you don't understand what the person's coming from, at least that effort of trying to understand.
Of course.
Like, not just operating within the boundaries that the person is, so like if we're having a conversation, I'm opening up to you about something, and all you're doing is just kind of operating within their, just like that fixed boundary of like, okay, this person's going through this, and just operating through what they're saying. Now sometimes you need to go think outside the box, where like, have I had these experiences before? Maybe not. Have I seen someone else have this experience before? Maybe I've seen this. How did they relate? I feel like bringing in all these external factors into this boundary then can help you understand. Rather than just being like, okay, I'm just going to operate with. I don't know how to describe this.
No, you're 100% right.
What I mean?
You know what, it resonates with me really strongly, because when I was in secondary school, I think, or maybe even primary school, it was the first time I knew that school was pointless. Is when we were in, it was still school back in Poland, so we were in Polish lessons, we were doing Polish literature, and I'll never forget when we had this teacher who, obviously, you know how you just read a lecture, blah blah blah, whatever, read a book, and then you're meant to be talking about how you what you found, what was the actual interpretation of it, right? That was what blew my mind. So we sat there, and everyone's going through it, and obviously, as a human being, everyone has a different experience already at that young age, and everyone has a different imagination and different perspective.
Definitely.
So everyone's bringing the thing, and she was just shutting everyone down. I was like, no, this is not what you see in this book. This is not. And you're like, and I was just sat there going like, how can you tell me what I understand from a book?
Yeah, exactly.
So why are you asking? Just tell me what I need to understand. Why are we doing this weird social experiment when you just sit there going like, nah, that's wrong.
That's wrong. Nah, just tell me what it means.
It's like, okay, fine, just tell me. Just tell me what I should get out of this book. And I was like, okay, that really kills creativity.
Yeah, it does, 100%.
So I imagine for a person like yourself, who's clearly at a young age already brain bursting with creativity, must have been a torture.
It was. I just didn't understand it. I was like, I don't know how to operate.
In this world.
I feel like all of us were like that. At a very young age. We're all creative in very different ways.
And here we are.
Hello,
teachers. Here we are. So, if you can share that, what are some of the projects you're working at the moment, or some of the work that you'll be doing in the next couple of months?
You know what? Actually, there was this one point where I was on the bus. A good friend of mine, Pashan, called me and go like, we're gonna work on a project next year, around April. It's gonna be on mental health. Whether that's at Cromwell Place or another space, we don't know yet. But we're gonna work on that. It's gonna be 5 artists. Yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a good. I'm excited for that one. That's the show that I'm excited about, and I'm happy that Pashan has faith in me in creating a painting that could match their vision.
Is Jaffar going international?
I would love to go international. I would love to. But I'm not gonna rush it. I feel I've had international commissions, but when it comes to international galleries, yeah, maybe Amsterdam. Or like somewhere in Europe first, because I feel like if I go straight to, unless I just send a piece off, but like I would like to be there for a show as well, you know. But yeah, maybe somewhere in Europe. After going to Valencia, I was like, maybe even just doing a show myself in Valencia, or like Paris, or like where I know people, and be like, okay, let me just hire out this space, do a group show with, maybe stay there for like a month, find artists, and I don't know. It's all. But that's maybe future plans. Maybe Berlin. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Berlin would be a great one for you as well.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about.
Yeah.
I've been there once, and I'm like, I need to go back there again this time for like a different feel. Maybe stay there for like maybe a month or so.
Here's gonna be an interesting one. What is some of the things you would refuse to do? So if somebody approached you with a job and you'd be like, nah, what is off limits?
What is off limits? I don't know. I guess right now in my it's more of like if they require me to like pay more than what the worth is, the task is worth. So like let's say someone's like, okay, you got a show in New York, but you got to pay for your ticket to get there. I'll be like, but it's more of like you have to be there. And I'm like, do I have to be at the show? I actually don't know actually. If someone was to tell me to do if someone was to commission me and then they just try and completely change the style, like okay, now you know what, I want to pay you to do a piece of work, but I don't want it in your style. I want it to look like, I don't know, like an existing piece, and I'll be like, then why don't you ask the artist that? Why don't you ask the artist that's done that? Oh, but you know Rembrandt's dead. I'm like, okay, why don't you ask an AI technology now is very amazing, so why don't you ask an AI to do it? I don't know, because but other than that, I don't know. I haven't really thought of that. I don't know actually. But if the money's good, can I really say no? I don't know if the money's good. I don't know. If the money's good, you can get me to do a lot of things.
I mean, just note that down, guys.
I still have morals though. I'm not gonna do anything that's too
the right price.
Terms and conditions apply, you know. Terms and conditions apply.
So I want to finish with something that I'm sure a lot of young people watching this are curious about, and maybe there are people watching us that try to take those first steps, you know, at the beginning of the journey. What, now that you're by any means are now at the end of your career, you still are very fresh, but you've achieved already so much. So what are some of the things that you would tell a person that's new to the art world and that's trying to make a living?
Don't care too much about your work. I know that sounds weird and controversial, but don't care too much about your work. I feel like when you care too much about your work, you'll never put it out. 100%. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And like now I've like had breakthroughs with friends that are also like, you know what, I'm releasing this painting, or like I'm gonna, you know what, I don't care what people think about this painting. And if someone critiques it, I don't really like how it looks. It's like, well, there's no such thing as a good painting anyway. Like there is good paintings, but there's no such thing as like the best painting. Because everything is so subjective. Don't care too much about what you make. Just keep making. That's it. Like just keep making. Have some good form of consistency, and that doesn't. You don't have to like post or anything. You don't have to be a social media mogul. You don't even need to be on social media. Just keep making and networking. And it's just someone is looking at your work and going, wow. Like someone's just looking at you as well and being like,
amazing.
You could be like, I'm not this, I'm this, you know, you can degrade yourself as much as possible, but someone is looking at you or looking at your work and going, oh, best snack in the world. Literally, there is someone out there, not just someone, many people that. So, just don't care too much about your work. Keep making, keep smiling, and also sometimes don't smile. You know, so feel the emotions, embrace everything. And also just keep that consistency up, and consistency with all dimensions of your life. So making friends, keeping friends, or maybe even losing certain friends, or
all part of life.
Keep applying for things. Like I think it's like every 100 applications, you're probably only gonna get 3 back. I don't know. Okay, that's maybe a huge. Maybe 20 applications, you get 1 application back. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Just keep you have nothing to lose to do an application. Yes, it's time. Your time,
but you learn a lot, right?
You learn a lot from it. You know, you keep. Just keep. You've got nothing to lose. Plus, it's take your time. You know, no rush.
Has there been, I find it hard to believe, but maybe, has there been any person or institution in your life that has been critical of your work?
No, yeah, maybe. I've had like people that have commissioned me be critical of my work, and I'm like, okay. You still gave me the money, so I know you don't like it. It was more of like a commission for someone else, and I know you don't like it. But the person, so other people like it, or like the person who got me the commission liked it, or like I liked it, or not even that. I've had people that are like, I don't know, you're like a Basquiat wannabe. To be honest, we all are Basquiat wannabes. We all are Bell Hooks wannabes. We're all wannabes of someone else. No one here is unique. That in that sense.
Something has been done before you were born.
Exactly,
already, right?
exactly. Like whoever really
The
thinks
sample has come from centuries.
Exactly. I don't know, like yeah, like I get that a lot. Oh, like you're just a Basquiat wannabe, and I'm like, well, my recent work actually is closer to Keith Haring's than Basquiat's, but yeah, okay. I guess it's the only black eyes we know. Or like, yeah, a lot of people will be like, but yeah, Basquiat wannabe. And I'm like, that's fine.
Thank you. That's also a compliment.
That's also a compliment. It's like a weird backhanded compliment, but like.
It's like if somebody says you're a Beyonce wannabe,
Yeah,
and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah,
right,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, yes, you know, you can say that.
Yeah, we're all wannabes or something. But that's fine. We're all due our opinions, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of critique. Some people will be like, but your work's not that great. I'm like, I know, it's not that great, but nothing is that great. I feel like if I really cared about the work I was making, I think it would be like so devastating. I'd be like, oh no, this is not great. But like I've had that form of treatment from my own mum and dad all my life.
Yeah,
so but like you can say the meanest things to me, and I
heard it all before.
I've heard it all before, man. Like get in line. There's a queue. There's genuinely a queue of people.
And you didn't feed me back in the day.
Yeah,
so, you know,
exactly.
Get in line.
Get in line. So, but yeah, that's bound to happen. And I think I don't care too much about it though, because yeah, we're all moving.
Has there ever been a piece of work you put out and you were like, oof, no?
Yeah, I feel like that's any person does have. There's probably a folder or something. Like even with writing, there's probably people that have had a folder of writing where they're like, yeah, this ain't it. There's a lot of work in my studio where I'm like, this will never see the day of light. And to be honest, like, but not because I think it's so bad that it shouldn't. More of like, you know what, this isn't for now.
Yeah.
This isn't for now.
People will not get that.
Yeah, because I didn't get it.
You guys don't get it yet.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
One of us getting it.
I've seen fellow artists as well like make a piece of works and go. I'm like, what the hell? I really liked it, and then they're like, nah, man, they didn't feel it. But there's a lot of pieces where I'm like, ugh. You know when you're like, to the point where you're like, should I even be doing this work? Should I even be in this career? You're like, damn, this is. But then I always get reminded, some people sell canvases that are blank for millions of dollars. I'm like, if they could do that and finesse the system, I could finesse the system with this.
That's it. That's it. So you know what? Don't give up.
Don't give up.
If you have the blank canvas and a dot, just get a good title.
Get a good title, exactly.
Good title gets you nowhere.
Yeah, that's.
Well, Jaffar, thank you so much for coming. That's been amazing. For all of you guys, you're going to see a little hashtag, a tag for Instagram or where to find this young man with a brilliant future. And please follow him because it's an exciting account to follow. And get his art before you won't be able to get it anymore.
The price of the brick's going up.
It's going up, rightfully so, because it's worth every penny.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
I appreciate it. Thank you.